Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name is AS and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's video will be a review for a game that was released from the makers of Alan Wake. Alan Wake was brilliant with its setting and it holds a spot in my top 100 video games of all time. Quantum Break doesn't repeat any familiar grounds with its mechanics, but there are some interesting aspects of the title's gameplay and presentation that are worth experiencing. Is it as good as Alan Wake? Does it warrant a Game Pass membership, as of the video's recording, to play? Time to find out. Without further ado, let's review Quantum Break, which was released in 2016 for the Xbox One and, for transparency purposes, was played on the Xbox Series S for the review. Story. The game's narrative as well as its structure may be a make it or break it portion of the game for many gamers. Let's discuss the actual story first. You play as Jack Joyce, played by Shawn Ashmore, who visits his brother's laboratory only to find out that his brother and his brother's co-worker, played by Aidan Gillen, are working on a time machine. Complications occur and Jack needs to figure out how to resolve said complications and save the world from the misuse of the time machine. It is a very general synopsis, but I want to avoid spoilers for your benefit, of course. Nevertheless, the story is consistently interesting, and even though there are a few revelations that can be predictable, the payoff is nicely executed and leaves room for a possible sequel. Now let's talk about the story structure. I would say about half of the story is told via gameplay dialogue and cutscenes. The other half is presented via live action episodes, lasting anywhere from 20 to 25 minutes per episode. It is here where a problem may arise for some of you. As a gamer myself, I prefer to play my games instead of watching TV episodes during the experience. Although the episodes were enjoyable, those episodes are also important to the story, so it is not recommended that you skip them. If you're okay with putting down the controller every now and then to check out the television episode, you'll be fine. Otherwise, I can see a downgrade of the game's pacing for you. Visual and sound design. The most apparently positive aspect of the visual design focuses on the facial animations. They are absolutely stellar, almost bordering on photorealistic. While still great, praise should also be given to the visual effects for the time manipulation powers. They make you feel like you are actually bending time and the enemies are clueless about your actions. I would say most of the environments are nice, but we could have used a better variety of locations. Most of the time I feel like the level designs of the encounters are the same, with minor aesthetic differences. It's a small suggestion for the sequel, should it happen. When it comes to the audio design, I do not have any complaints when it comes to the sound effects and music. The voice acting is decent, although it took me a few hours to get into the groove of liking Jack and caring about what happens to him due to some questionable dialogue delivery. As a whole though, the visual and sound designs for Quantum Break are well done. Gameplay. Due to an event that happens at the beginning of the game, your character gradually acquires time manipulation powers. You can create a shield that will stop bullets from reaching you. You can move incredibly quick, while the enemies either move slowly or are completely paralyzed. There are 6 powers in total and each of them provides very strategic opportunities when you are in a gunfight. It also helps that the cover system is solid and the enemy AI is serviceable, as they will flank you on higher difficulty settings and the challenge is wonderfully paced. In addition to the combat sections, you will also spend a lot of time while traversing around the levels and solving puzzles. These sections do not overstay their welcome, since you can press a button and the game will mark the general vicinity of your objective. The only issue when it comes to the gameplay mechanic revolves around the ability to jump and climb over certain obstacles. There will be moments when you attempt to jump over an obstacle and you succeed. Other times you try to hop over an object that is clearly within reason and your character will not jump over it. If you cannot climb an environmental object, it is usually an indication that you are going the wrong way. However, this inconsistent climbing mechanic can ruin the immersion from time to time. Fun factor. I am one of the players who ultimately didn't mind the occasional television episodes. If I was a part of the opposite group, I would be bored out of my mind. With that being said, the interesting story and the exciting combat sections serve their purpose of positively highlighting the game's fun factor. If the story does not captivate you after an hour or two, I'm afraid that your experience will be substantially different than my own. In the end, Quantum Break is a fantastic Microsoft title that experiments with unexplored gameplay and presentational mechanics. It does not quite match or surpass Alan Wake, but it earns a place among the video games that encourage a trial of Game Pass. It is also worth a full retail purchase, but utilizing Game Pass is the best route at the moment. I will give Quantum Break for the Xbox One a 9 out of 10. Well folks, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for checking it out. Have you played Quantum Break? What did you think about it? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Till next time, have a great day or evening wherever you are. My name is AES, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.